Oklahoma is now 6th in the nation for wind-generated electrical capacity, and along with several other states in the Southwest Power Pool, set a record for generated wind power this month. But the growing number of wind farms in Oklahoma is becoming a concern to weather forecasters, who say the turbines are interfering with their radar. Joe Wertz of StateImpact Oklahoma has been following the story. Joe, what problems are wind farms causing weather radars?
Well, the problem is they both rely on the same resource. Oklahoma's weather comes a lot from the wind and from the geographical location that we are, and then the wind energy comes too. So they're in the same spot. The problem is the computers attached to the weather radars have a hard time interpreting wind farms. They rotate with the wind, and when the data comes in, a wind farm on the radar looks a lot like a storm.
We actually have a storm, a graphic that you made for
Right.
StateImpact Oklahoma. Let's take a look at that and tell us what we're seeing there.
Well, what you're looking at there is there's a radar in southwestern Oklahoma near Altus, down by Frederick, and what's in that circle there appears to be a storm, a line of rain showers moving through. It's not. It's a wind farm just on the other side of the Red River in Texas, near Vernon, Texas. A trained forecaster that's experienced with this will know that there is a wind farm there and ignore it. But as you know, Oklahoma's wind industry is growing like crazy, and they're adding these wind farms all the time. So the risk is that these anomalies, these problems are going to crop up more and more.
How can meteorologists tell the difference?
Well, a trained meteorologist can't tell the difference, but it adds time to their forecasting. And as you know, living in Oklahoma, a timely, accurate forecast is a big deal in Tornado Alley. So what forecasters can do, really two parts. One is they're hoping they can update some computer algorithms and filter these things better. That's an expensive proposition, takes a lot of testing. The radar systems we're using are pretty old, and that'll be an expensive thing in several years, if not decades down the road. The other thing is to encourage wind farms not to build their wind farms near these weather radars. They can't really move these weather radars around, and right now, there's no rule about it. The federal government or the state government can't keep a wind farm from building near a radar, so they're asking them to voluntarily submit their projects and have the NOAA review them.
And how's that working out?
So far, well, they say it's a good working relationship. You know, no wind company wants to interfere with weather systems, and certainly that's not good for anybody. But they're worried because it's a resource that depends on a certain geographical location, and these things are moving in.
It may be working well right now, but what's the long-term prognosis?
Well, the long term is that they sort of feel a little bit under the gun to get this thing, to get going on it, to really figure out a way to identify a way to fix the problem. The wind industry largely sees this as a problem for the weather industry. It's going to be up to the weather industry to fix this. So they're waiting on the researchers and scientists, at the Weather Center and the Storm Lab to fix it.
Interesting story. Joe Wertz from StateImpact Oklahoma. Thank you.
Thank you, Dick.